Welcome to the 8th grade play, Laffin School. We're very excited to share with you and we hope you enjoyed the show. We'd like to thank Luke, who practiced with us but unfortunately can't be here today, and thank Ty, who's filling in for Luke.
Before we start, please join me in a word of prayer. Dear God, thank you for this opportunity to present our play to this audience. Please calm our nerves before we perform, and let this performance bring glory to you. Amen.
I realize this all must seem last minute, Miss Quackenbush.
Not at all, Mr. Crabapple. What are substitute teachers for?
Poor Miss Topeka. The doctor said she'll need plenty of rest and quiet. I'm afraid she won't be herself for quite some time.
The nervous breakdown came on quite suddenly, didn't it?
Overnight, she almost made it to the end of the year, just one day short. I don't know, there's just something about her class this year that drove her crazy, literally.
I must remember to have the class sign a get well card and wish her a good summer.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Oh?
Might upset her. Like I said, there's something about this class that really got to her.
If you say so, Mr. Crabapple.
I think it best.
You're the principal.
I'm sorry to tell you, this class is not one I'm proud of.
Oh?
This class gives failure a bad name. A class like this turns up every once in a while. Like a toothache. There's little a teacher can do, except make the best of it. Miss Topeka tried.
I'll do my best, Mr. Crabapple.
I'm sure you will. You know what they say, when you have lemons, make orange juice.
I'll squeeze what I can out of them. I have a great deal of patience.
You'll need it. Most of the people in this class are failing. We made a list of simple exam questions they should all know by now. If they answer correctly, they'll pass and go to the next grade. Since you're the one who will see how they do on the test, I shall rely on your opinion entirely. I suggest a brief warm-up to stimulate your little gray brain cells.
Excellent idea.
This might be your big chance, Mr. Quackenbush, a general under fire. Do well, and you can become a full-time member of the faculty here at the Little Red Schoolhouse. Seriously doubt that Miss Topeka will be returning.
A full-time member of the faculty? Oh my goodness, oh my stars, that's what I've always wanted.
Everything's here. Miss Topeka was a stickler for everything in its place. Too bad this class made her flip her wig. Roll book, pointer, seat assignment chart. Oh, almost time for class. You do the honors. Topeka.
Quackenbush.
How's that?
My name, Quackenbush.
Yes, Quackenbush, I know that.
You called me Miss Topeka.
I did? This room even has a strange effect on me. I've noticed it before. Time for class, Miss Quackenbush. Shake hard, Miss Quackenbush, shake hard. Boys and girls, settle down, please. No talking. That's enough of that. No more talking. Take your place and be quiet. This is your principal speaking. No more talking, I said. Quiet. I don't want to hear another word. Quiet. Stop that talking.
Mr. Crabapple?
Yes, what is it? Can't you see I'm trying to quiet the class?
It is quiet.
What's quiet?
The class. Aren't they just little angels?
Looks can be deceiving.
I'm sure I'll get along famously with these pupils. Won't I, children?
Yes, Miss Substitute.
Your new teacher's name is not Miss Substitute. It's Miss Tapioca. I mean Miss Topeka.
You did it again, Mr. Crabapple.
Did what?
You called me Miss Topeka.
Why not? It's your name, isn't it?
No, my name is Quackenbush.
It is? Where's Miss Topeka?
She had a nervous breakdown.
Nervous breakdown? Oh, yes. How silly of me. It's this class I told you. This class gave me the jitters. Small wonder.
Perhaps I should introduce myself to the class.
No, leave that to me. Boys and ghouls, I want you to introduce your teacher for today, Miss Quackenbush. Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello to Miss Quackenbush.
Hello to Miss Quackenbush.
Mr. Crabapple, Mr. Crabapple.
That's little Mary McIntosh. She's always so polite.
What is it, little Mary McIntosh? Before you ask me, the dog ate my homework.
Mr. Crabapple, Mr. Crabapple.
What is it, Freddie?
Oh, don't call me Freddie, Mr. Crabapple. That's a kid's name. Call me Frida.
Well, Frida?
What happened to Miss Topeka? Yeah, where's Miss Topeka?
Calm down, boys and girls. Nothing to worry yourselves about. Miss Topeka had a breakdown.
Is that anything like a breakup?
My big sister had a breakup with her boyfriend. I didn't know Miss Topeka had a boyfriend.
She doesn't.
Then how can she have a breakup?
She didn't have a breakup. She had a breakdown.
Oh, that's so confusing.
Mr. Crabapple, Mr. Crabapple.
What is it, Skippy?
This is the last day of school. We're not going to have a lesson, are we?
No.
Yes.
You're not going to have a lesson. You're going to have something else instead.
What?
Ice cream and cake? A trip to the zoo?
An exam.
An exam? That don't sound like ice cream and cake.
Looks like it's boo to the zoo.
Those of you who pass the exam go on to the next grade. Think of it as being promoted.
What happens to those who don't get promoted?
They get demoted, duh.
Stop that laughter. I won't have it. Stop it. I'm going to have a word in private with Miss Tapioca.
Topeka!
Quackenbush.
Pupils, I want you to be on your best behavior. Although, I realize that isn't saying much. In the hallway, Miss Tornado.
Quack, quack, Quackenbush!
I'll only be a moment, boys and girls.
Yes, Miss Quackenbush.
How do you like that? On the last day of school, we get an exam.
There ought to be a law. What happened to ice cream and cake?
It's not fair. It's not right.
What are we going to do?
Easy! A Rudy toot toot!
Rudy toot toot!
Rudy toot toot! Let's get rid of the substitute!
I want everyone seated in his assigned place. I'll read the roll. That's odd. The roll book was here a moment ago. Where's the wooden pointer? Where's the lesson plan for today? Where's the handle? Where's the blackboard? Where's the seat I see. I have a classroom of comedians. However, you'll notice I'm not laughing. You there, on the floor. What's your name?
Jackie, Miss Quackenbush.
You may sit down, Jackie.
Yes, Miss Quackenbush, I'd rather sit up.
Pupils, when I was your age and my classroom had a substitute teacher, we did the same sort of thing. We put sneezing powder in the chalk box and glued erasers together with Elmer's glue. We thought we were very clever. Actually, we were naughty children. And when children are naughty, they get punished. So, unless everything that was taken from this desk is returned within the next minute, you can forget about recess.
Forget about recess!
Oh no! Oh yes. Everything seems to be here.
Miss Quackenbush, Miss Quackenbush.
Yes, Frida?
This is for you, teacher.
Thank you, Frida. What is it?
It's supposed to be an apple, but the store didn't have any apples, so I got the next best thing, a can of applesauce.
Thank you. But this isn't applesauce, Frida. It's cranberry sauce.
The store was all out of applesauce, so save it for the next time you have turkey and stuffing.
Gobble, gobble, gnaw, gnaw, teacher's pet.
She wants to be teacher's pet, Miss Quackenbush, but I bet you'd rather for a dog. I know I would.
I'll be quiet.
Teacher's pet, teacher's pet.
Want to make something out of it?
Applesauce, cranberry sauce, roar, roar, roar. Lap it up, eat it up, spit it on the floor.
Settle down. No more of that. We have a lot to accomplish today. Here's your final exam. If you answer the questions correctly, you'll be, as Mr. Crabapple says, promoted to the next grade. If you fail to answer the questions correctly, you'll end up repeating the same grade next year. It's as simple as that. Does everyone understand?
Yes, Miss Quackenbush.
Good. You there, with the lollipop. Patsy.
Yes, Miss Quackenbush?
There's no eating in class. Get rid of that candy.
But it cost a nickel.
I don't care if it costs a dime.
I wouldn't care either if it was your money.
Perhaps you didn't hear me the first time. I said get rid of that candy.
Oh, Miss Quackenbush, look! Look what Patsy done!
Did.
She done did it all right. Gosh, Miss Quackenbush, you told me to get rid of it.
Now I know what Mr. Crabapple meant. Pass the lollipop to the front. I'll take that. Ooh, sticky, gooey, icky.
Sticky, gooey, icky.
That's better. Now, as I was saying, ow! Who put the thumbtack on my chair? Remember, behave or no recess.
Yes, Miss Quackenbush.
That's better. Now, before we get to the exam, I think we should have a brief warm-up. No, not that kind of warm-up. We're going to exercise those little gray cells. Back to your seats. You all got too much energy. You must calm down. The final exam is important to you and to me.
Are you going to get promoted too, Miss Quackenbush?
In a manner of speaking, you might say that, yes. I know, poetry always has a calming yet mentally challenging effect. Who knows a nice soothing poem? Don't do that, Skippy.
Teacher, I know a poem.
All right, Peggy.
Do you want me to recite it?
I'm sure you mean recite. Yes, please.
I shot an arrow in the air. Where it landed, I know not where. So there. Oh, my pretty red balloon, Miss Quackenbush, it broke.
First.
It couldn't be any worse. It was my favorite balloon.
Teacher, teacher, I know a poem. Let's hear it, George.
Georgie Porgy, pudding pie, kissed the girls and made them cry.
I'll be quiet. Now, now, boys and girls, let's be polite. Courtesy doesn't cost anything.
Then it can't be much good.
Who can tell me what good manners are?
That's the noise you don't make when you're eating soup.
What about my poem? I wrote it all by myself. Let's hear it, George. Here goes. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock and got squashed. Don't do that, Skippy.
Oh, Miss Quackenbush, look! There's a worm in my sandwich.
Be quiet, Dorothy. Everyone will want one.
Teacher, teacher!
Yes, little Mary McIntosh?
I know a poem.
Go ahead, we're waiting.
Big Mouth, as recited by little Mary McIntosh of the Little Red Schoolhouse. The crocodile, that fearful beast, is ignorant of brewer's yeast, but Cleopatra's childhood pet, for all we know, is living yet.
Oh, that's a terrible poem. If you want a real poem, listen to this.
What's the title of your poem?
What's the title?
What's the title? Odd name for a poem.
No, Miss Quackenbush. The name of the poem is Fleas.
Please? Please?
Yeah, here goes. Fleas. Adam had 'em.
Please, please! Quiet, boys and girls, quiet. I'm afraid poetry is not your best subject.
Give us another chance, Miss Quackenbush.
Nature is a restful topic. Let me think. Yes. Has anyone ever put a seashell to his or her ear?
You mean when we're at the seashore?
That's right.
I put a seashell to my ear.
And what did you hear?
A busy signal.
We'll forget about nature.
Teacher, teacher!
Yes, Frida, what is it?
Ask me some arithmetic questions. I'm awful good at it when it comes to numbers.
Very well. Let's see how high you can go. Stand and count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's a good thing you didn't ask her to count to 20, Miss Quackenbush. She'd have to take off her shoes.
Quiet down, class. Skippy, don't do that, please. Is there anyone here who can count higher than Frida?
I can count higher than Frida, Miss Quackenbush.
Very well.
Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Let's try something a little more simple. I have 3 cans of corn. Did you get that number?
3.
Very good. 3 cans of corn and 3 cans of lima beans. What do I have?
Succotash.
We'll try a little basic algebra. 5q plus 5q. Anybody? 10q.
You're welcome.
Look, Miss Quackenbush, it's a new pupil.
Are you the new pupil?
I must be. I'm not the old one.
What is your name?
Shirley,
Where do you live, Shirley?
I moved.
To where?
A new place.
Where's the new place?
Across the street.
From where?
The old place.
And what do I call your parents?
I don't know what you call them, but I call them Mama and Papa.
Quiet, class, quiet. Take a seat, Shirley. I have a feeling we're going to fit right in. Don't do that again, Skippy. I'm afraid arithmetic and simple algebra are too much for your class. Perhaps we should try biology.
Biology? Ugh. I hope we're not going to cut up a frog.
Yeah.
My cousin accidentally swallowed the frog in his biology class.
Yeah.
Did it harm him?
He's likely to croak at any minute.
Weak in arithmetic, deficient in biology.
Is that good?
It's deplorable.
That's a relief. I was afraid it was going to be something bad.
How are we getting on, Miss Tapioca?
Quackenbush.
We warmed up with a little poetry, and then some arithmetic and basic algebra.
What about spelling? I proved spelling.
I can misspell every word in the dictionary. I should get a gold star.
Mr. Crabapple, Mr. Crabapple. Last month I got an A in spelling.
I'm glad to hear it.
She's lying, Mr. Crabapple.
Everybody knows there's no A in spelling.
Brought you some extra paper, Miss Topeka.
Quackenbush.
In case you wanted the class to write a short essay.
Children, when you grow up and go to college, what would you like to major in?
That's easy, taking up space.
Do you enjoy doing homework?
We enjoy doing nothing better.
Teacher,
What is it, Dorothy?
I'm a good pupil when it comes to spelling. They had alphabet soup in the cafeteria yesterday, but I couldn't eat it.
Why not?
They spelled her name wrong. I didn't like the way Miss Topeka taught spelling.
Why not?
She kept changing all the words.
Courage, Miss Quackenbush, courage.
Quackenbush.
Remember, boys and ghouls, these next minutes are most important. Pay strict attention to what Miss Quackenbush asks.
Mr. Crabapple, Mr. Crabapple.
Yes, George?
Doesn't he discount?
Not in your case.
Oh, good.
How'd you get your hands so dirty?
From washing my face.
Good luck, Miss Quackenbush. Good luck, pupils.
Thank you,
Mr. Crabapple.
I'll ask some practice questions first before I hand out the exam. That way, each of you will get a chance to answer.
Are we supposed to put our name on this paper?
Good idea, Shirley. Everyone take out a pencil and write your name on the paper. Jackie, why aren't you writing?
Because I ain't got no pencil.
What grammar? What you mean is, I have no pencil, he has no pencil, she has no pencil, we have no pencils.
Gosh, Miss Quackenbush, who stole all the pencils?
That's the last time you'll do that, Skippy. Go over there and sit on the timeout stool.
Gosh, Miss Quackenbush, I'm too old for the timeout stool. I'm going to be a musician when I grow up. I have to practice, don't I?
From what I've heard, you need a great deal of practice.
Oh, I'm always getting picked on.
Skippy's in the timeout chair.
I'll be quiet.
Skippy, be polite. You're in enough trouble already.
Yes, Miss Quackenbush, whatever you say is right. You're the teacher.
Please try to remember that.
I wish I was a teacher. Then I know everything.
Teacher, teacher.
What is it now, Patsy?
I'd like to be excused, please.
Why?
I think I'm gonna be sick. I think I'm gonna be car sick on the floor.
If you want to be car sick, wait until you get home or at least in a car.
I don't feel good, honest.
It's nothing but nerves. Sit down and take several deep breaths. Are we ready, class?
Yes, Miss Quackenbush.
Splendid. Here we go with our practice round.
I'm car sick. I know I'm car sick. I can always tell when I'm car sick.
We'll start with you, Jackie.
Why do I always have to be first?
What you said is very interesting, Jackie, because our first question is about George Washington. If George Washington were alive today, what would he be known for?
Old age.
Wrong. Little Mary McIntosh?
Present.
We all know education is important. What would you do if you couldn't sign your name?
I'd pay cash.
Wrong. Class, if a Polish citizen is called a Pole, what is a Dutch citizen called?
A ditch.
Wrong. Frida?
Ready when you are, Miss Quackenbush.
Where did Christopher Columbus land when he came to America?
Oh, that's easy. On his feet.
Wrong. Dorothy? What is the plural of whim?
Would you repeat the question, please?
I asked. What is the plural of whim?
Women.
Wrong. Skippy?
Here.
Name the 4 basic food groups.
Fresh, frozen, fast, and junk.
Wrong. Stay on the timeout stool.
Oh, you're always picking on me.
Who discovered North America?
Don't look at me, Miss Quackenbush. I didn't do it.
Patsy, where was the Declaration of Independence signed?
On the bottom.
Wrong. You do that one more time, Skippy, and I'll report you to Mr. Crabapple. Shirley, when was Christopher Columbus born?
On his birthday.
Wrong. It's worse than Mr. Crabapple said it was. Students, concentrate. Concentrate. Think before you answer. Now, who can tell me what part of the fish weighs the most?
Teacher, teacher, I know.
Tell us, George, what part of the fish weighs the most?
Oh, that's easy. The scales.
Wrong. Peggy, think before you answer. A dentist charges $50 for a cavity.
Uh-huh.
How much would he charge for 2 cavities?
Why would anyone want to buy a cavity?
Sit down, Peggy. Class, this is serious. How dumb can you get?
How dumb do you want us to be?
We'll try again. Who can name 10 North American birds?
Teacher, teacher.
You can answer the question? The names of 10 North American birds? Wonderful, let's hear them.
1 bald eagle and 9 pigeons.
Wrong. You. Give me 2 pronouns.
Who, me?
That's correct.
You mean I got it right?
Yes.
Well, I have a question for you, Miss Quackenbush.
What is it?
What's a pronoun?
I'll make one more attempt. It won't be easy, children. Please pay strict attention. Take your time and think before you answer.
Yes, Miss Quackenbush.
The question is, why is George Washington buried at Mount Vernon?
Why do we get all these tough questions?
I'll repeat the question. Why is George Washington buried at Mount Vernon?
Teacher, teacher, I know.
Great. Tell us why George Washington is buried at Mount Vernon.
Because he's dead.
I don't think it will be necessary to continue with the real examination.
Yeah!
It would be a complete waste of time.
Teacher, teacher!
What is it, Frida?
I was supposed to do my show and tell today.
Show and tell? Well, I don't see as how it can do any harm. What are we going to show and talk about?
Napoleon.
Napoleon, the French Emperor? Napoleon Bonaparte?
No, Napoleon, my mouse. I found him behind the stove in the kitchen.
Mouse?
Come on, Napoleon, say hello to everyone. This is my friend. His name is Napoleon. He eats cheese, but he likes peanut butter better.
All right, class, calm down.
We could have been eaten alive, Miss Quackenbush.
Mice are dangerous people.
Never take a live mouse to class, Frida. It's disruptive.
My cat would like to meet Napoleon. Next to lemons, my cat likes mice.
Your cat eats lemons?
Yes, he does.
What's your cat's name?
Sourpuss.
How are we getting along, Mr. Pico?
Why don't you just call me Beatrix, Mr. Crabapple? It'll be easier for both of us.
Oh, Miss Quackenbush, Patsy really meant it when she said she was car sick.
And she doesn't even have a car.
All on the floor.
Yuck!
The exam, Beatrice, how are they doing?
It's pointless to continue with the real examination, Mr. Crabapple. They don't know anything about anything. They wouldn't know if George Washington, if he walked in the door. Anyone has a right to be ignorant, but these pupils abuse the privilege.
I was afraid you'd say that. Oh well. I suppose it can't be helped. You might as well give them the news. Things won't get any better.
Class,
Yes.
I'm afraid you failed the exam.
Teacher,
What is it, Jackie?
does that mean we're not going to get promoted?
Yes, that is exactly what that means.
Did you hear that, everybody? We're not getting promoted!
You mean you didn't want to go to the next grade? You've been trying to fail? No wonder Mr. Pika had a nervous breakdown.
That explains your strange effect on me too. But why would you want to fail?
If we pass the exam, all the other kids would think we're smart Alex and they'd laugh at us.
We don't want to be smart, Alex. Nobody likes a smart Alex.
No promotion! No promotion! Goody, gumdrops!
Stop that ridiculous behavior. Nobody gets ahead in life by being a failure. You all need to stick together and encourage each other. Make yourselves into a class of winners. Be successful. Then it won't matter what anyone else thinks.
I like your attitude, Beatrice. In fact,
Yes.
I've just decided the job here is yours. You'll have all next year to work with this class. You'll improve, I'm sure.
You mean I have to teach these pupils for a whole year?
Most certainly.
In that case, I have news for you in the class. Boys and girls, listen carefully. Although you didn't actually take the exam, I can tell you are all promising pupils. Your answers on the practice questions showed incredible wit and creativity. I think it would be a great mistake to hold you back, because I can tell you are all bright, imaginative people. Consequently, I recommend that you all go on to the next grade.
You mean be promoted?
Wow, they really must have impressed you, Beatrice.
They did. All they need is a little encouragement, and I'm going to give it to them. Even though they're going on to the next grade, I still want to be their teacher. I hope that's all right with you, and I promise they won't drive me to a nervous breakdown.
I don't believe it.
Be quiet, children. Miss Quackenbush, that's quite commendable. Little Mary McIntosh, I never noticed where she get all the freckles.
Oh, these aren't freckles, Mr. Crabapple. I didn't want to stay home because I thought we were going to have ice cream and cake today.
If those spots aren't freckles, little Mary McIntosh, what are they?
Measles.
Measles?
My mother is going to be real mad when she discovers I'm out of bed.
Ah!